all warmly welcome on FLTV Lab.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like us to see today what is deep tendon reflex and how to check it. Before we see what it is, let's go through the nervous system and muscular system. You can see here we see the spinal cord. The spinal cord is part of the central nervous system. It has nerve roots or spinal nerve roots that gives nerve that supplies the lower and the upper limbs, as you can see here. Then deep tendon reflex is checked at the tendon of big muscles, like here we see the quadriceps. So the reflex will check is related to this muscle. It will be checked here at the knee joint. So in a while we are going to see how to do it. Just be patient. So as the nerve supply the muscles, deep tendon reflex, you check from the tendon while checking the nerves. Here you can see anatomy of the knee. This is the patellar tendon, and this is patella or the kneecap bone. Superior to the kneecap or superior to the patella, that is quadriceps muscle, quadriceps or thigh muscle. And then these patellar tendons superiorly is attached to the patella, the inferior body of patella, and then down inferiorly to the tibial tuberosity or tuberosity of the tibia. So knee jack or patellar tendon reflex will be checked here. We'll use as an example to show you how to check the deep tendon reflex. You can see clearly here. To check the deep tendon reflex, use this tool. It's called the reflex hammer. Then when you strike the reflex, when you strike or hit the tendon, the impulse will be conveyed through the afferent neuron and go and pass through the spinal cord. And then there will be two pathways, the inhibitory pathway and the stimulatory pathway. Let's first of all see the stimulatory pathway. Here is the alpha motor neuron that goes and stimulates the quadriceps muscle. So when the quadriceps muscle is stimulated, it will react. Remember where the reaction came from. We hit the patellar tendon, then the message will go through, or the impulse will go through the afferent neuron. Then the afferent neuron will stimulate the alpha neuron, the alpha motor neuron of the quadriceps. Then the alpha motor neuron will go and stimulate the quadriceps and make it contract. Meanwhile, the inhibitory pathway will go to inhibit the hamstring muscle. But before we go and see clearly what happens, let's go through this anatomy of the cross-section of the spinal cord. There are two parts, the lateral ones, that is the left one. There is dorsal horn. Do you get it? There is the central canal. The same way on this right side. So here we are checking the right side. Here is the left side. On both sides there is dorsal and central horns. You get it? So in a moment we are going to see what happens clearly. Okay, this is what happened. The first step, extensor muscle is stretched. Extensor muscle is stretched. Remember, it is stretched when you hit the patellar tendon. That is the first step. Then the muscle spindles, the muscle cell, will be stimulated. If they are stimulated as well, the primary afferent neuron will be stimulated immediately. So if it is activated, it will convey the impulse directly and go, instead of going up into the brain, no, it will make a shortcut and pass through the spinal cord. You remember, here is the dorsal horn, then back to the ventral horn. Then the alpha neuron will be, the alpha neuron that stimulated the quadriceps will be stimulated as well. Do you get it? So after being stimulated, it will go and convey the message where? It will go and stimulate the muscles. So alpha motor neuron will go and stimulate the extensor muscle of the thigh, this quadriceps muscle. So while this is being done, there is something very important. There is an antagonist muscle, or the opposite muscle of the quadriceps is called the hamstring. So the primary sensory neuron will inhibit will stimulate the inhibitory interneuron. Inhibitory interneuron is the one that will go and inhibit. Inhibit is like stop something from working. It will inhibit alpha motor neuron of the flexor muscles. Flexor muscle here is called the hamstring, so that it will not contract at the same time when the quadriceps is contracting. The hamstring is the back muscle of the thigh. The muscle we see at the thigh. So then when the response of the reflex will be knee extension. So you see the foot moves upward. Now there are other deep tendon reflexes apart from the knee jerk. Knee jerk was an example of them. There is what we call ankle jerk reflex. It's another kind of reflex. There is biceps tendon reflex on the upper limb as well. Also, there is triceps tendon reflex. There is also brachioradialis reflex on the upper limb as well. There is also Babinski sign reflex. I'm going to show you. This is a very special one. So this is how it is done. You strike the lateral border of the foot toward the big toe quickly, and then it becomes negative when someone flexes the toes, both the big toes and the little toes, up to the little toes. So it becomes positive when the big toe extends, then other toe does what we call opposition. They spread out. That is an indicator of a positive Babinski sign. Do you get it? When this is negative, you get it, you flex the toes. So you can see at this image, that is a positive Babinski sign. That is how it looks like. Please support this channel by pressing like, subscribe, and the bell. This is a huge support for this channel. May God bless you.